Okay. Also, here's like a fuller review of my thoughts of Iron Lung. Um, I was interested when he first announced, like years ago, that he was making the Iron Lung movie, but I was also very worried because I'm like, you're just in one scene. How much can you do? How are you going to captivate your audience? You know, I retract every statement, I retract every thought because he found a way. The music, gorgeous. Even when there was not anything being said, the music spoke for the ambiance of like just this ominous thing and the dread and the suspense. It also handled guilt really well. I don't want to give too many spoilers. Um, Actually, I'm not going to give any spoilers because Mark said don't, so I'm not going to. And we listen to Mark. It did really good with grief, and guilt and suspense. I want to say like from the second half on, like oh my gosh, I can't even. So the best thing I can describe is like, you know when you watch something that you're really excited about and it really like impacted you so much that like afterwards you have like that, you feel like you blacked out, like you were there, you experienced it, but you don't quite remember like how to explain it. That's me right now. Um and it's slowly coming back to me, so that's why I'm just kind of rambling. Anyways, he did the grief and the guilt and the second half, um you kind of just the wondering of like what's going on, what's real, and like the lore that goes behind it, and like you're kind of seeing this person's mind. How should I put it? You're seeing this person's mind go through the stress, and you're like, what is weird? Like, what is happening? But in a good way. It keeps you interested and it keeps you intrigued as to what is real and what's not real. And the ending left you like, but what does this mean? Like, but what's gonna happen now? And it was like the perfect amount of time. They the movie ran the perfect amount of length. It had what it needed to have in it without anything else, in my opinion. And also, when I go to watch movies, even if it's like one that I'm like, I went to go watch Avatar 3 in theaters with my mom, and I really like Avatar. Watched two Avatars, but when I watch like movies or TV shows that are new and like pique my interest, I have kind of a low attention span to it. Like I'll enjoy it, but then I'll be like, okay, how much longer do we have? Like, you know what I mean? This one locked in. It did not even like it was done so well that it did not feel like it had been an hour sitting in the chair. It did not feel like, okay, movie's done now. It felt like we had just started, you know? At least in my perspective. But, anyways, I could ramble on and on about this movie. I think it was horror. It was horror. It was just more like thriller, suspense, mental horror. And I think with all like the overpopulation of like jump scares and um, stuff like that in horror movies nowadays, it was very refreshing to see horror be taken on from this game to movie adaptation very well. Um, like I said, everything was in it that should have been, and like there was nothing was missing, nothing was added. The movie was perfect just how it was. Everybody on the crew, everybody that took part of making this thing what it is, what it did a phenomenal job. And I kind of go want to see it 5 more times. Okay, one last thought, one final thought that popped in my mind. The show also, okay, two final thoughts. The show Okay, maybe three final thoughts. The show or the movie also, to me, showed what it was like and what a movie could be when one is spending so long on a project for something that they really are passionate about and they enjoy. Like he loves the Iron like Iron Lung was his one of his favorite games, if not his favorite game. He has lots of favorites, but anyways, you could just tell that he deeply loved the story. He embodied the character and what the character was feeling from the game. Um, and he did it so well that like throughout the movie, I forgot who that it was Mark. He did an amazing job acting and like just making it feel like somebody else that you do forget that you're watching Markiplier on the screen. Um, and it was the same with Don't Go to Sleep too. He's just marvelous at really putting his passion and showing his passion for this project. It brought to like the like some movies nowadays are like okay, like it's kind of a cash grab, you know. They're not done very well. The acting is so sometimes, but he put so much love and so much passion, and he cares so deeply for this, for the concept and the idea in Iron Lung, what it was, that he was able to bring it to life in such an amazing way. Um, Also watching it, it I mean, I felt inspired to like be creative and work on more on my projects and see how far I can push myself to go because I slump myself a lot, and I just hope it did the same for others out there. Um, so yeah, it just it's so great. It's I feel like I'm just going to be talking about this for a long time because it was such a good movie. The creatures were done very well. The it was just so great. It was so great. But yeah, just his passion and his love for it um, brought a lot of what made it be. I feel like if he, this Iron Lung is definitely one where you have to be invested and you have to be passionate. Otherwise, it was gonna fall flat, and it did not because he has the passion, he has the love for it, he has the drive. He's been working on it for 3 years, so all of it just paid off. It was cinematically beautiful. It was the music, gorgeous. The storytelling and the lore and the little bits and pieces you pick up on, beautiful. Okay, I'm done. I promise I'm done. Done for now. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend going to see Iron Lung. Okay, okay. Last thought. My experience last night at the theater. Um, we were quiet. Like when I've gone to movie theaters in the past like 2 3 years, there have been talking, and nobody really talked. We had a few quiet reactions of like oof or ha, um, but we were all like locked in, silent, clean theater, and it was the best experience ever. And I think that's just the movie. Like it captivated us. We were like, we want to see what's happening. Like, don't talk to me. I'm paying attention to the movie. It was great.